I'm Will Seeger, and I'm at the porch of my cabin north of Ely. This is my raft here. This weighs exactly 10 pounds. This is a brand called Alpaca. Alpaca is probably the premier raft, I think. But what's different about rafts nowadays is that I'm zipping right into the air chamber. So what you do is you store your gear inside the raft itself. So when you're paddling, you don't have any stuff. You might have a day pack that you tie down, but it's revolutionized rafting. And then how do you blow it up? Definitely not by mouth. So you have it's a stuff sack. So there's a valve here. So that's the raft. That's the bow, the stern, and this same raft has been, not this identical one, but this model has been down the Grand Canyon. So it's a seaworthy craft. And last years, 10, 11 years, I've used a canoe. The canoe has one disadvantage, and that is hauling it over snow and ice for a long period of time. But the canoe has a huge advantage at breakup. When I'm on this type of thin ice out here, any type of thin ice, I can use that canoe to scoot over. I can maneuver through currents and so forth. I can shoot rapids. I can go up river with it. And if I do, these rivers are tricky just sending them by canoe. I'm not sure, how this will work. When I'm on the Great Bear Lake, I'm going to be going up the Bloody and the Darlene River. I'm going up the divide at breakup. But once I reach the top of the divide at Horton Lake, then I take the Horton River about 400 miles down. And that river, I can raft without any trouble with it. So that's my strategy, is use this to raft out. And it's fairly light, 10 pounds, doesn't take a lot of space. So that really means it's manageable when you're hauling. It's not, it's basically 10 pounds is like, that's 4 days of food and fuel. I'm real anxious to try this thing out and see what happens. Please follow us on SeegerCenter.org and on Facebook. I'll be calling in every night in the evening on a satellite connection, and I'll make a 5-minute recording or so, and you can get the updates every evening, almost live. In the evening, I talk about the daily adventures and what I've seen and observations. Along with that, there will be a satellite map that'll show you my present location. You can zoom down. You can get on the satellite maps. You can get down within about 40 meters, so you can see exactly where I'm camped. And it's kind of fun to look around the satellite views to take a look at that incredible area that I'm traveling and get an idea how remote this is. I mean, I'm hundreds of miles away from the nearest person. Virtually most of the route, because of breakup conditions, I'll be on my own. You can't get a plane in or anything in there. So it's it's a pretty serious trip. And but I'll show you my equipment, and what's going to make it a safe trip is really my preparations and the gear that I've chosen.